I got a real head scratcher for y'all, okay? Real noodle tinkler. Is it okay to support the killing of civilians and then just move on with your day? That's what this guy did. Former soldiers and cops can be leftists. This guy clearly is not one of them. Nowhere can I find him denouncing his service. In fact, he rides off of it. That's his image. He's the veteran turned senator. The most he is ever willing to say is the absolute bare minimum of Iraq wasted our tax money. To him, brown people are less worth mentioning than money. If you can find him denouncing his service, great, but I can't, so it's clearly not obvious enough. Especially not when he mentions this so casually in his ad. Hey guys, former baby killer here, vote for me. And Hasan's editor brings up his this article, which just makes him look even worse because it implies that he's a hypocrite. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's an old photo, but why bring it up? It just makes him look worse. Listen, so if this guy isn't fully committed to denouncing all US imperialism, including his participation in it, if he isn't willing to make that fully obvious and repeat it over and over until everyone understands, if this guy can't do so much as repent for murder, he's clearly not a leftist. That would be fine, if he had something worthwhile to say, or if he's actually obvious about where he stands. He isn't. And he doesn't have anything worthwhile to say. He's a populist and says the absolute bare minimum truth. And that's enough for people like Hasan, I guess. People are going to frame this as a YouTuber slop drama between Bad Empanada and Hasan. But who cares? Right? I'm 99% sure Hasan is an actual leftist. He just compromises too much and is too egotistical to admit when he does a bad interview. Also, he's rich but doesn't use enough of his money to fund movement. Still better than every other rich person. And Bad Empanada doesn't hate Hasan. He's just trying to focus on the actual politics here, which is that Platner is trying to normalize liberal politics. He's center-left at best. And that's not good. Neither is Bernie and the Democrats. They normalize liberal politics, which means, for example, the existence of the State of Israel. Platner normalizes being called a veteran. We need to educate this liberal audience and tell them that there is more to American politics. Possibilities beyond the Democrats exist. We can expect more than just the bare minimum. We must, in fact, for the sake of thousands, millions of third world lives. We cannot compromise with someone who will reveal their right-wing tendencies in a couple years. We can have people like Bernie, but if we just have people like Bernie and we repeat whatever he says and we promote him because he's popular, then more third world people will die. Moving the needle to square one isn't progress. It's just delaying the collapse of capitalism by resetting things. We must accelerate left by appropriating the new technologies and methods of domination by capitalism before it's too late. And it's already too late for millions of people. There is no let's inch left by a tiny bit each year so we can get to square one and continue from there. The goal has become the bare minimum. Leftism isn't some linear track where a conservative becomes a centrist liberal who then leans more and more left over time. Liberals are reactionaries just like conservatives. Their whole structure of thinking kills millions of people. We must reinvent that structure, not introduce singular truths to that structure, but a system of truths. A way of seeing through propaganda and its claim that it is undefeatable, that its system of truth is itself sight.